Well, good morning, everybody. George here, and setting out on a project today that I'm a little late on. And that's getting the garden in, at least getting it tilled and getting some of the plants that are in flats in. I'm a couple weeks late, and I'll show you the garden here in a little bit, but we're getting to it. I was waiting for no threat of frost. Last year my plants got burned the week of Mother's Day, so I waited a little longer this week, and then I got busy with work and just couldn't get to it. But I'm going to get to it today because it's going to rain, so we want to make sure that we get these things in there, get some organic fertilizer on them, and then let them get rained on, and let those roots take off next week when the sun hits them. So what we have here is, I'm going to turn you around here. I've got this tiller. I'm kind of embarrassed to say that it's a Chinese-made tiller that I bought, and I bought it to hook on my tractor, which is a Japanese tractor, but most of it was made in America. It's a Kubota 3300 special utility tractor. That thing's been so faithful for snow removal and garden tilling and driveway maintenance. But I bought this tiller. Samantha thinks it's the best $1,000 we ever spent, because anybody that has ever tried to hook up a 3-point hitch can tell you sometimes those things will make you question your faith, question your salvation, and flat make you want to give up on everything. They'll make you angry. But I was always renting tillers, and the tiller was never set up for my tractor. The PTO shaft wasn't the right length, just barely the right length, just barely fit. Didn't have a kickstand like this one has. So this one's all set up. I'm able to hitch this one up much easier. I don't have to swear, I don't have to sin, and it just goes a whole lot better. So I'm going to get this thing hitched up, and I'll show you the garden, and we're going to get to tilling. All right, guys, so there it is. It's all hitched up. That didn't take me 15 minutes, maybe 10. And man, with the old rental tillers that I would bring home on a trailer and then rent, I could spend easy an hour, maybe an hour and 15 minutes hitching that up. So I'm thrilled. Let's go do some tilling. So what you can see behind me here is a beautiful, well, if you go all the way to the top of the hill, as far as you can see up there, it's a about 50 acres hayfield. And my garden's the corner of this hayfield. It's one of my favorite places. And the farmer years ago, even before Augie was born, I asked the farmer if I could rent this corner from him and spare him making the corner with his big tractors and all his implements. And I wasn't asking for something for nothing, but he sure did say go ahead and garden it. I'd be happy not to make that corner, but he always just did it so as not to leave it sit there. So I rented a plow, and I plowed it up, first time it had ever been plowed, and we started tilling it every year and planting it. So here it is. This tractor and the tiller all ready to go. You see the wood pile over there? You can see the line up here. It's almost impossible to keep the weeds out because of the hay and the seeds that blow from the wind, but we've done a good job at getting stuff out of here, and it'll be easier this year because I think I've got the up-and-coming farmer, one of the farmer's grandsons. He's going to help me drill some sweet corn in here, so if we can keep the raccoons out of it and the groundhogs, we'll get some sweet corn, and it'll also keep the weeds down. Once it gets high enough, it chokes the weeds out pretty good. But we plant this little corner down here with all our vegetables, and we've done really well. It's been a real blessing. We can grow a lot of food in here. So stay tuned. Here we go, guys. awful dry. I don't know if you can hear me over the tractor and the tiller, but it's been so dry you can see the dust. But I've got a way to get water on this garden. I'll show you that in another video. Okay guys, got it all tilled up. It took about an hour, so not bad. Tiller works really awesome. I think this is my 3rd year with it, and like I said, it just hitches up and does a really nice job. So turn this around, let you see the garden patch here. There you have it. Like I said, most of that, 85% of that will be seed drilled with sweet corn this spring. We did plant sweet corn the first year we ever did it. We hand sowed 9 rows in there, and it grew to about 4 or 5 feet, and it was a real dry summer and it stopped. And I didn't have a way to get water here then, but I do now. And we're gonna plant a lot more of it because we're gonna drill it. We won't have to hand sow it. But this little corner right here that we're standing next to, we'll put tomatoes and peppers and eggplant and cucumbers and a bunch of other things in here. Potatoes, onions, and it'll do really well. We took 60 pounds of potatoes last year. So we cleaned up pretty good with the taters. So we got to get it in the ground before the rain comes down, so the Lord can water it for us. Stay tuned.